going straight into our first topic. We want to discuss about communism versus capitalism. Communism ni system kama yenye wanatumia China, South Korea na Russia, where the government ndio ina own everything, yeah? Na kila mtu ako sawa. Unajua hakuna gap kubwa between the poor and the rich. Basically kila mtu ako sawa. The government owns everything. Education system is the same. Prices all over the country ni the same. Hakuna private owners, unlike capitalism, kind of man eat man society. You know, everyone for themselves and God for us all. Yani mtu anaweza own half of Kenya. So unaona who owns Kenya na mwingine ako mali hana anything. And hizi ukicompare hizi mbili, which system do you think works better?
If you look at China, there's so much fraud because the government controls everything. Well, as here in Kenya, which we have capitalism, I understand. Everything is a mess because everyone wants to own what belongs to others. So I think communism is good.
Of course, communism is good. Who wouldn't want free education, free medical care, and all that? I think it's the best way.
Maybe if it was modified a bit, it could be good because I think it has been tried. But in most of the communist country, they are falling apart. It's only China ndio imebaki, and I don't know which other, maybe some parts are Russia, but they are splitting every now and then. Unasikia is split.
Kenya being a capitalist country, I think it's an advantage to all of us because everybody has got an equal chance to grow to whatever extent they want to grow. Now, in a communist community, I think actually that's why we should say it's a man eat man kind of a thing, because some people will not work hard and therefore they're taking advantage of people who are working hard.
All the same, I'm in a capitalism country, so I've got to adapt with it.
Okay.
But I don't like the way we get ruled. It's not fair because these people who rule us, they are very much corrupt.
Wacha tubebe mtu na tuendelee na mada kwa matatu. We're right back kwa matatu na tunaendelea kusema kitu.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
In communism, does it mean that you cannot own property?
You can own property. So what happens is whatever you can live in a property, yeah? You can put things in a property, you can inhabit basically, but whatever you do in an undeveloped land, the government has to okay it. Unlike capitalism, mimi nikiamua nataka kuanzisha hapa bar, azindapata tu license. But now in communism countries, the government lazima ikubali that yes, we need a certain thing here and there, na wana regulate hata prices. Let's not kufungua supermarket yako hapo, watasema zile prices zenye utauza so that usinyanyase watu.
So hata ukiwa na ma3 uta-regulate ile ndio unalipisha watu.
Yes.
Communism ni poa.
Juu ya ma3.
So si juu ya ma3 pekee yake.
Control ama fair pricing.
Because
okay, but some hata ukienda kwa duka, kila mtu anauza kitu penye anataka, sio kama zamani.
Ama
it's like that.
Ama kwa stage, mtu anakuja akiangalia akiona ni watu wengi, bei inapanda saa hiyo. The next matatu bei ni nyingine.
Kwa hivyo yani gava ikuwe na control ya kila kitu in this country.
Hata kitambo siku zile kulikuwa na controls, things were better. Na tena unajua when there is control, hata there is some kind of respect. Siku hizi unaona hakuna respect kwa sababu hakuna control. So hata ukinini utaongeleshwa vibaya, wewe shuka ama ununue yako.
Hiyo ndio ruka.
And then you can compare this. Ukiangalia kama this communist country kama TZ, hata kama wana pesa lakini watu wako na respect sana kwa sababu ya communism inafanya watu hata wakubwa na wadogo wana respectiana. Lakini ukicross the border ukija huku Kenya, hata kama wako na biashara ama wako na pesa, watu wamekosa adabu sana.
I don't think it's capitalism that makes people lack respect for others. I respect people and I believe in capitalism. And so we can't condemn capitalism 100%. And also communism has got its own disadvantages. Look at Tanzania, sure, still like in the rock, is it Stone Age generation? I mean, they are not moving ahead, and that's why I said communism cannot really work in Africa, because of our diverse cultures. Some communities have got their own beliefs, and that is very hard for a government to come and unify everything.
Angalia kama Energy Regulatory Board. So wamekuwa control fuel prices and the fuel price umekata.
You don't.
Why not?
Because they tell us they are controlling the prices.
Sure.
They control, they wanasema watashukisha. Wakishukisha shilingi 2, kesho inapanda 5 bob.
Yes, exactly my point. They're supposed to control it. Moja pia ni control, but instead of bringing it down, they bring it up. Now imagine a situation where now the government controls not only fuel, but everything.
I think it will be better if the leadership was well.
In capitalism, the government has done a bit much better in communication side. Like a decade ago, ukiangalia charges za simu, the calling rates, they were very high. Sasa kama CCK haingeingilia, look at the competition now. At times you can call for free or cheaper.
In a capitalist system, now like today's headline, you see the MPs, if they don't want to pay tax, they will not pay. So they do what they want. But in a communist system, things are
balanced.
Yeah.
So those are some of the disadvantages
which is true. So nikwambia ni unaishi in the same apartment,
yes.
Ministers na nini. Ungo tunakaa hivi kwa nyumba yako unasikia sijui JB kama uko na chumvi au imeisha. Yani neighbor yako, it's not a big deal in communist country. But let me ask you, yes. As much as you criticize a bit this capitalistic country, yes. Right now, I assume you're on your way to work.
Yes.
Yeah. And you wake up early in the morning, you work for several hours. Yes. And so ambiwe, for us to change this system,
yes.
Lazima tuweke people on the same level. So salary yako ikuwe inakatwa.
Yes.
Alafu ina distributiwa yani to other guys who earn either less than you or who don't earn at all. Utakubali?
Yes. Ikigawa na kila mtu at least ako na roof na ako na guarantee hata fukuzwa. Unajua sisi hata tunaishi ndio whatever, hata ukiona watu na masuti hapa, nyumba ni za kurentiwa. Si wengi wanaishi kwa zao. Hata kama wanasifu ati hiyo capitalism. Most of us rented houses. Lakini hizo the other system at least hiyo ni kama uko na guarantee, you live there, you have some roof, you have some food, hata kama sio mingi lakini ni kiasi.
Even if it's not choice food, at least it's sustainable. You know, Kenya is our country.
Yes.
And election may happen to Ghana. People are dying there because of hunger. Yes. If it is a communist country, yes. Nothing of that sort would have happened.
Tunashusha mtu na tubebe mwingine na tuendelee kwa mada kwa matatu.
Then unakuta tuko na mahindi, not only maize, potatoes, veggies, na unakuta watu wanakufa na njaa huko, but the government still insisting that hakuna mwenye amekufa na njaa. That's now if we agree the capitalism to take over everything, tutakuwa in a bad corner.
So since we're in a capitalist country, so what can we do to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor?
I think to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, we just need to implement the constitution, period, because there are fundamental human rights in the constitution. Wake up corruption and all that, because even though you want to shift to communism, the same evils that are in our mind, you carry them to that system and those to still not work.
What we can do with the government, hakuna kwa sababu if the government can't pay taxes, the MPs, tutajitegemeaje? Tutatoa pesa za kujitegemea by the way. You know, at times you wonder if watu hata utoa sadaka kama hawezi katwa na KRA and it's the constitutional right. You wonder kama wanaweza hata gawia Mungu 10%.
As Kenyans, come election, when you go there to vote with your mind. Vote for someone who you know is going to change things, because it starts from us. Corruption, to cease corruption starts from you and me. I stop corruption, my fellow Kenyans stop corruption, until it gets up there to the leaders.
If the new constitution is not watered down, at least tutakuwa somewhere, lakini sisi ndio tutajikaza as citizens to arrest hiyo situation vile iko, kwa sababu tukisema ati tunaomba serikali, hiyo serikali ni nani? Kama Raila mwenyewe pia anaomba serikali na wako kwa ndani, wako kwa gava awe
Hiyo ndio sababu tunasema in bad governance, may it communism or capitalism, and I don't think communism can it work here in Kenya.
It's only that ni late kidogo.
It's a bit
lakini
difficult.
haijaanza mapema. Ni vile pia unapata communism wanapigwa na capitalism deliberate, yani kusoteshwa. Sinaona hata kama although Zimbabwe si ati communist, lakini ni vile tu kama vile wasikizani na US sasa anademoniziwa kabisa. Kama tunaweza start afresh ati hiyo land igawe vile inatakikana, capitalism inaweza kuwa ni sawa. Lakini saa hii hata tunasema tuendelee capitalism na already somebody owns yani land kubwa kama country fulani. Sasa na yeye unajua ukimuuliza kama communism ni mzuri ama nini, hawezi taka. Kwa sababu already sasa ndio unaona hata even for them to pass the new constitution they had to be assured that the land will still belong to them.
Now we are going into the county government system ya majimbo. So I'd like to know, unaweza taka zikiwa in counties hiyo resource yote inachukuliwa pamoja alafu inakuwa distributed equally ama each and every county for itself?
Kama ingefanywa equally is the best, because you cannot compare central province na northeastern. So it's good we control, yani divided equally.
I think it should be done on a certain level, so that every county people there can work, not kutegemea county zingine. They work for their own county to develop it, but on a country level, maybe on a certain level, that's where maybe it could be distributed.
Just like maybe the US or the Western countries, there is a level where the federal government, the main government comes in. But most of the things, if they can manage on their own, at least they are left to manage their resources. Where there's a shortage, they ask the central government.
There you have it kwa watu kwa matatu. Now we're going to the streets to scare on nini ya kusema, then we'll be right back.
Kabla matajiri na maskini Kenya hii kwa kubwa sana, ambapo matajiri washanyakua tayari, maskini wajanyakua.
Sisi kama wale watu tuko chini tunastahili tupewe pesa, tufungue job, wale madosi tuwafike karibu watusaidie.
The gap will be reduced by creating of jobs in remote areas.
Masonko wapatie watu maskini wa support kiasi, and at least tukuje tukiwa kwa level moja.
Kani my youths watafutie kazi, unaona vitu kama hizo, hadi watafutie kazi, kwa hakuna hiyo difference.
I think the government should at least create job opportunity for the poor.
We are right back on Matatu, but you're going for a short break. See you now.